A perfect paradise might actually be your worst nightmare. Imagine getting exactly what you want forever. You have infinite food. You face zero danger. You never work a single day. Sounds like the ultimate dream, right? But this exact utopia has been built before. It resulted in complete and utter extinction. This is the terrifying story of Universe 25. In 1968, an American scientist named John Calhoun built a paradise. He wanted to know what happens when life is effortless. He built a 9-foot square enclosure for mice. It had perfect temperatures and walk-up apartments. Food and water never ever ran out. He placed 8 healthy mice. Inside this pristine laboratory, for a while the colony absolutely thrived. The number of mice doubled every 55 days. Soon hundreds of animals lived inside the enclosure. But then the perfect paradise began to violently crack. The territory simply could not absorb the surplus population. In the wild, surplus mice just leave the colony. Inside Universe 25, there was nowhere else to go. Young males drifted into the center of the room. They formed listless pools of healthy bodies, doing nothing. They had no fights to win or females to court, leading them to simply lie there and absorb damage before walking away. Other mice became hyperactive and incredibly violent. Even the food became a bizarre social trap. The mice crowded compulsively around just a few specific feeders. They refused to eat alone even when other hoppers sat untouched, wiring the presence of others deep into their feeding instinct. The social fabric of the colony was disintegrating. Mothers grew exhausted trying to defend their own nests. They turned on their pups and abandoned them completely. Some mothers even began eating their own offspring. Then came the most disturbing group of all. Calhoun famously called them the beautiful ones. These mice never fought, mated, or engaged socially. They just ate, slept, and groomed their perfect fur. They looked incredibly healthy, but were functionally totally dead. Their nervous systems developed in a world where every role was filled, so they simply opted out entirely. The population peaked at 22. The final mouse died in 1973, bringing total extinction to a perfectly designed utopia. Everyone blamed the extreme comfort for this, the actual killer catastrophic social collapse. But Calhoun pointed to a much darker and deeper truth, was the disappearance of meaningful roles. When the population grew faster than the supply of roles, violence and disruption naturally followed. The mice lost the structure that gave them a reason to participate. They had plenty of food, but they starved for meaning. Humans are much more complex than mice. We can invent new roles and extend ourselves into ideas. We must remember this vital lesson. We have to keep creating new reasons to be here. Without a purpose, even paradise becomes a deadly prison.